Hey, we're back with some UCL replays. This is a week 2 match, even though I know we're in week 3. This is between our boy JC the Legend versus SRN.
Hi.
And I have him here with me because this was a great match. And
Aw, thanks, Lee.
I want to hear from the man himself what he was thinking.
Uh-huh.
So, what did you see? We'll actually flip it so it's your side. Switch sides.
Of course, yes, of you.
Yeah, of course. We got that from your perspective. What did you see?
So, this was more or less what I was expecting. I actually talked to him after the battle, and I was kind of surprised he didn't bring either Gliscor or Alakazam, and he said he actually had both of those in the first draft of the team. So, I mean, right off the bat, I wanted to lead with Necrozma because nothing really kills it, which is, ironic as you're going to see. But I wanted to just get rocks up as soon as I could because I came in with some phasing strats and all that stuff, mostly with Dragon Tail D-Knight.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to lead with Weavile because even though it was really good versus his team, I thought that he might lead with Jolteon, and that outspeeds me and it's going to do a lot of damage to me. As you'll see in the battle, I play very conservatively with my Weavile because I want to keep it safe and get off of as many attacks as I can because he's actually very unprepared, at least from a team preview.
Yeah.
For a Weavile, stab moves plus low kick is killing every single Pokemon, and that's really good for me. So that's why I wanted to keep my Weavile safe and play safe with it.
Weavile actually sits those, yeah.
Yeah, even from team preview. But because this is UCL and this is JC, who's a mastermind of team building, of course, I love JC. I had to be wary of techs like maybe Shuffle Terrakion or Yachi Whimsicott, or maybe even Scarf Torn T with a superpower. I was keeping all of those things in the back of my mind because this team looks so weak to Weavile. I needed to play conservatively with it. That might seem sort of like a paradoxical logic, but
yeah.
That's how UCL works. You need to be careful of lures.
It's about knowing the step and then playing around that step.
Exactly.
So yeah, but choice band Weavile. If I don't know what set you're running, but
no, I just ran
if you click ISO Crash, oh my god.
Yeah, I mean.
All right. Let's start. We're 2 minutes in, so I think we should. We should get going. I'll put on slow. So
yeah. So this Necrozma is 252 HP with 56 in special attack. I should have moved those into Smidef, but that was a max roll on T-Bolt, and I was pissed because you only had a 20% chance to 2 a KO, but then he chokes and clicks Signal Beam, forgetting that I have Prison Armor, and without a crit, he would not have killed Necrozma. And keeping Necrozma would have been nice because that was my Terrakion check, but in any case, I just go into Ampharos afterwards.
Why no Mega?
Why no Mega? Well, pause for a sec.
Alright.
I didn't want to click an electric move just yet because he might have stayed in an HP Iced, and his next best coverage move might have been Shadow Ball or Signal Beam with a likelihood for Celebi. I just didn't need my Dragon typing yet, and I didn't need to take more damage from a potential HP Ice just yet. I just didn't feel like Mega Evolving yet. I might have, I'll switch it in later to a Moonblast, and it's just not a bad thing to keep it on Mega for now. So I switch hard into Starmie because I expect him to get up rocks, and I really need to keep Stealth Rocks off because I value Weavile's health, and I value Dragonite's multi-scale.
Yeah. Which is why Starmie wasn't that important in this game.
Yeah. And pause again. I know that he wants to keep Terrakion because he hacks through my Terrakion check turn 1, which was Necrozma. So Terrakion is actually pretty valuable against my team right now. So I knew that he wouldn't want to risk me just attacking straight up after he X-Scissored, so he would switch out. So I actually clicked Recover instead of attacking because I wanted health on my Starmie to switch it on Terrakion again and potentially keep rocks off the field because Weavile, I need to keep it above 50 or so health because after that, Mega Sharpedo from Strong Jaw Crunch just kills. And I don't want that to happen. I want to get in as much attacks as I can. So even though it's Life Orb, I need to keep it sort of healthy. And keeping rocks off of that is super important.
Alright, let's keep going.
Yeah. So I swapped out Hard
Weavile
here. because I knew he would either protect
Go to rack.
or just not or switch out. And I knew that getting in Weavile was a good play there to just start getting in attacks. I low kicked there to Terrakion because I was kind of wary of Shuffle, but from that range it has a good chance of killing. And he switched out earlier on my Weavile, so I think that it would have been okay. I wanted to keep Weavile healthy here and not just go for the low kick, so I went into Dragonite, which was kind of my quote-unquote check, but as you can see here, I'm just gonna, spread the yellow magic because I'm a generous man. Every man deserves that yellow love, And I'm just gonna phase him out here. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you do. I believe after.
Yeah, after he gets parried. Don't know what he would have done, but it wouldn't have done much.
It probably would have done about 20 something.
Yeah, and here I know that I was expecting him to Moonblast, so I actually stayed in T-Wave because he doesn't have. I don't have any Moonblast for this, but he actually stays in an Encores for the Dragon Tail. So at this point, I just am forced out, and then he crits my Ampharos, which was, another reason I didn't Mega Evolve just yet, but that's also just annoying. And I kind of have to go into Celebi at this point, but I didn't expect U-turn either, because I was expecting something like, I don't know, Encore, Taunt, Moonblast, maybe Screens. It was just very unexpected. Now this was actually kind of funny because I didn't realize it did that much damage through multi-scale at first. I was like, wait, was I at 100%? Did that really do 32 through multi-scale? I was like, what the fuck?
And of course, if he stayed in and went for another Hurricane, this D-Knight would be dead.
I know, it would have been dead. I would have realized those specs. I'm like, oh my god, Dragonite, where'd you go? And it would have been bad. Now, I did get confused, but thankfully, my yellow magic is kicking in. It's buying me some free turns. So I think I actually go for the T-Wave again, just like trying to catch his Whimsicott mostly, but he actually goes for the sub, which was something I totally didn't expect.
Well, I still don't understand why it's sub.
I don't know either.
I feel like he needed the move slot for like EQ or something.
No, I mean normal coverage is fine for me for my team, but it's just weird that he would run sub on a Snorlax. I don't know. So I hard switched in Ampharos here because this Ampharos, as you guys are gonna see, it's the hidden tech to counter Snorlax's. Ooh, I cooked this shit up and I was super proud of it. It's Cotton Guard with Charge Beam, Dragon Pulse, as you saw earlier, and Rest. And as you're gonna see, this thing is going to totally just sit in front of his Snorlax, get up the Cotton Guard, and slowly and steadily beat him down. And that's what you're going to see.
Just skip some turns because it takes a little bit of time.
It takes a while because I switched out into Dragonite here after resting because I thought that he would switch into Whimsicott because
he's going to lose the War of Attrition.
He's going to lose the 1v1. So I really thought he would have switched out so I could catch his Whimsicott and maybe Thunder Wave it.
He protects here. I don't understand why, because he's behind a sub at +1.
Yeah. I would have just thrown out a return there. Yeah, like I didn't have anything to eat.
And look, that return doing 46.
That return does so much damage just because Snorlax is actually.
And if he actually returned instead of protecting, this Ampharos would be dead. And
yeah, and I definitely would have lost the battle. Like that was straight up just a choke on his part. So because he didn't do that, I managed to get Ampharos in safely and rest up. Was looking to be the biggest threat because I just don't have a fairy resist. And I really wanted to get a T-Wave on it so I could let Celebi handle it as well. But Celebi is also kind of important to keep healthy as a last emergency Sharpedo check. Dragonite can also T-Wave it and live and Dragon Tail it out. Ampharos also lives, Charge Beams. Weavile at its current health lives.
But why?
Starmie,
I don't understand why he's cursing here.
See, that's another thing.
When at this point at +2, it's a 2 KO on Ampharos, but now he's letting you get a free Cotton Guard. And now that bounces off.
He should have just returned. He should have thrown out more returns instead of cursing, because the second he let me get up Cotton Guards, bang! Look at that, nothing. Just bouncing off.
Look at you with that negative damage charge me.
Yeah, Mega Ampharos is. But like, it's just bouncing off of its glorious mane. It's like, he should have returned a little bit more. But, oh well. I'm not complaining because...
No crits here.
Mega Ampharos was able to get through. Yeah, thankfully he never crit me. That would have been...
I believe this is going to be like a pretty slow.
I would have been very salty, but yeah, slowly and steadily, I break through him with a lot of paralysis.
But then,
And then
let's go back a little bit. Let's go back a little bit.
Mhm.
So he kills. So our boy SRN kills the Snorlax,
Mm-hmm.
and then Whimsicott comes out. Finally, Whimsicott comes out,
I
which
don't
resists
have-
not
yeah.
only Charge Beam, but
Yeah,
immune to Dragon Balls.
And immune to Dragon Balls. I would have expected him to just bring it in earlier because I wasn't
He also has
sure
no.
if it
You
out.
also have no answers to Moonblast as
The
well.
fairy, yeah, I don't have any fairy resist right now. And here I
Here,
started because,
here, choke number 2 comes out, and he got guards.
yeah. See, so can you pause for a sec?
Yeah, of course.
So Whimsicott sits at 116 base speed, which is just a few points above Starmie, which is 115 base speed. So it was fair to assume that he was running almost max speed. And it was also fair to assume that he was running almost max special attack, seeing as how he bothered to throw his Z Crystal onto Moonblast and run Z Fairy Whimsicott.
Yeah.
So he's running almost max special attack, almost max speed, very minimal HP. When I did the damage calc, that was a min roll right there, the Ice Shard damage, very min roll. And so Ice Shard was definitely my best play because I didn't want him to get up any kind of like weird Stun Spore or Reflect or Light Screen that could really throw off my game. And I didn't expect him to bring Cotton Guard of all things. He PM'd me later after the battle saying that was kind of a choke, wasn't it? But then I said that was actually min roll, dude. And also, fun fact, I don't actually have Ice Skill Crash on this Weave Out. It's knockoff. It's knockoff Pursuit, Low-Kick, Ice Shard. Pursuit was nice because of it catches Torn and Alakazam. So I brought Pursuit and over Ice Shard.
Gliscor would have massacred you. Gliscor actually would have destroyed you.
No, dude. I have no, dude. Cotton Guard Ampharos sets up on Gliscor.
Oh my
all day,
god,
every day.
really? Okay, okay.
Dude.
But
dude,
even SD,
clean.
even SD.
Oh, SD. It's not a set. Don't worry about it.
Alright.
I had a Starmie. I had a Dragonite to detail it. I mean, if he really brought like sub SD Gliscor, maybe I might have been in trouble, but yeah, it's okay.
Alright, let's keep going.
Yeah.
So you Ice Shard
So,
again, and
yeah,
like
I just Ice Shard and Ice Shard again, so that's the
the
biggest
min roll didn't
threat.
matter, but like
Yeah. The biggest threat out of the game is gone. At this point, he really just has to throw out Pokemon to try and get the Life Orb chip on me so that Sharpedo can revenge kill. So
and that's
I mean-
where you are, the 50%.
yeah, it was either Terrakion or Torn, and at this point he still doesn't know that I don't have Ice Skill Crash, so he had to just sack Torn. And I agree with him, honestly, because Starmie could revenge kill Terrakion, but Torn, on the other hand, could Hurricane hack stuff through after Weavile dies. So sacking Terrakion was the right play. So here, I have to go into my Colberberry Celebi that lives, and I had to Leaf Storm. I could have Thunder Waved and then Leaf Stormed, but that involves hitting two 90% accurate moves
Yeah.
instead of like
One.
just hitting one. So, it's kind of a safer play. Getting a T-Wave off on this earlier would have been nice.
That was a
but,
min roll hurricane, by the way.
It's okay. Yeah, Mineral Hurricane through multi-scale. I was like, what the shit? And so I just threw out the Yellow Magic here. That's all I'm playing.
All this yellow magic on your team, Jesus Christ.
Yo, it's the only way I beat JC, dude. Tell me Yellow Magic didn't save my
It's
ass.
so
like,
true.
Tens of thousands.
Also,
of
let's just
yeah.
know that our man knew that JC wasn't going for Ice Fang and stayed in with Deonite.
Yeah, I had to predict because I had to get Starmie in safely to kill something with Thunderbolt, because at this rate, Celebi, if I stacked Starmie incorrectly, then Celebi could just Leaf Storm into his Torn T again, and I have to survive another Hurricane round, and that was just a really bad situation. So I needed to get Starmie in somehow. So I just thought, hold on, he's also going to be wary of that. Let's just roost for one turn and see what he does. And then it turns out he crunched. So the next turn,
So then,
I thought, hey, maybe Starmie's safe here.
and it was, and it was. This man,
And it was sick.
this man knew JC like a book.
Oh man, he got paralyzed first there because he protected, not because he's faster. And so I just threw out a Thunderbolt. That's a dead Sharpedo. And then this. Oh my god. You are gonna watch this Torn hit one Hurricane. Okay? My Celebi's gonna come in and it's just gonna try and get off Yellow Magic, because why not? He hits two Hurricanes in a row. Okay.
This man's like
Dragonite's
Kane Focus
last
Blast all over the place.
Dragonite's my last mon. Whatever. Yellow Magic is my only way out. He hits 3 Hurricanes. Thank God I don't miss my T-Wave here.
If you actually missed your T-Wave,
Oh
it
my
would probably
God,
be
if I
over.
missed my T-Wave, it'd be over. And then I Roost. Now, he hits 3 Hurricanes outside
4.
of Para. 1. He hits 1 in Para. I'm panicking at this point. Like, how much are you gonna hit? Let me get my Roost off. Let me get my multiscale back. That's 2 through Para and 3 out of it. My goodness, I was freaking out at this point. I kept clicking Roost, like, Jesus Christ, stop! He hit 3 through Para and 3 outside of Para. My Dragonite is dying here, man. And then I Roost again. He hits another one. That is 7 Hurricanes in a row. 4 of them in Para.
The chance that's so low.
Good God. I Roosted again. Finally, he gets paralyzed.
You get
and
so
here,
lucky.
My hidden technology. Actually, I wanted to get my multi-scale back first.
And he misses, finally.
Pause for a sec. I want to put some backstory on this. Oh, it's already there. It's okay. So, I actually had Heal Bell in the first draft of this team because it was nice. I could like get Ampharos to wake up or something. You know.
Yeah.
It could have been okay, and it could have been okay versus like Toxic Blue Score or something. But it turns out Heal Bell was illegal with multi-scale, so that made me very sad. So as the battle was like about to start, I was just combing through options like, okay, what in the world could possibly help me versus JC that's not Heal Bell on a defensive Dragonite that isn't Roost, T-Wave, or Detail? Because I'm going to be clicking those 3 moves the majority of the time. I don't think I really have the time to run Substitute. Looking back at it, I feel like maybe some random poison move might have been nice to catch Whimsicott, but I actually decided to run Attract because I knew that Tornadus is always male, and then Dragonite, I could make mine female, and then I could give myself a buffer against Torrentine. It's just another check in general, and as it turns out, that was very helpful because my Ampharos ended up dying, and this Attract honestly might have been unnecessary, but it was
spicy. It was spicy. I was like,
okay, yes.
I actually had to ask, like, why the hell would he run Attract? But then I actually never knew that all Torrents were male, so that was a factoid right there. So this is next level. This is UCL as hell.
Yeah, it's so
and he gets immobilized by love. And
so you can just see
that's your ultimate downfall. That's the moral of the story. Never fall in love.
Oh my goodness, whoa. We're getting super philosophical.
That's why our boy SRN will die single.
What? Hey, I know the truth, alright? Yeah. Yeah, so at that point, it was just me throwing out a few Dragon Tails, 2 KOing, and it was fine. That was a
really intense game, but
an unreasonably close game, if you ask me. He hit so many Hurricanes. I relied on so many paralyses.
If he hit those Hurricanes way earlier in the game, this D-Knight would be dead, and the game would have been over at like turn probably like 40. But he chose to switch out. He didn't want to risk 2 Hurricanes. Instead, he wanted to risk 30 in the late game. So yeah.
Yeah, dude. The Hurricane hits were Hurricane's a wild move. Let's just drop it at that.
So yeah, that's the game. Anything you want to say before we?
Yeah. Give Lee a like, comment, and subscribe, please.
Definitely. But yeah, that's about it. Maybe we'll record again sometime soon. Sometime soon. Not dropping, not foreshadowing anything, but that's about it. So see you in the next one.
Yeah.
Bye bye.